Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hammond Hikes. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. It's been a while since I've made a video. It's been awfully hot. It's been a hot summer and we don't really get out much when it's that hot. So we finally got a break in the weather. It's nice. It's going to be about 69 degrees. So it's going to be perfect, nice and cool tonight. So I am here at the Spurgeon Hollow Loop of the Knobstone Trail. I'm going to do a little out and back, about 5 miles to a cool little campsite I've been to before. Hang out there and come back. But you know what's different about this trip is something I've never done before either, is going solo. So this will be new to me, and come along and see how it goes. So the reason I chose this trail is it's just a really nice, easy one. If you're a little bit overweight and out of shape like me, this little section won't give you too much trouble. Most of the time it's really wet, kind of sloppy in the spring and fall, but right now it's nice and dry. It's just perfect. And I wanted an easy trail for my first overnight. Say what you want, make fun of me, call me a big baby, but I have never wandered off miles and miles into the wilderness, stayed, camped, all by myself, and came back. So something a little bit different, like I said. So I'm looking forward to some peace and quiet and just enjoy myself being alone. You know, not a lot of people take the time to do that because we always have our phones with us, our TV. There's always some type of stimuli. So, you know, even when people are bored, most people don't want to be alone with their thoughts. They'll grab their phone and pull up Facebook or pull up an app or a game to entertain themselves. But I think it's a good thing to do, to be alone with your thoughts. So I'm looking forward to a nice long trip into the woods by myself. There's a creek bed all along this valley, and it's pretty dry for the most part. There's a little pool of water there. Hopefully where I'm going to camp tonight is on this, well, not this same creek, but it's down in a hollow over on the other side of this ridge. Hopefully I'll be able to find some water to filter. Yes, we'll see. Mile marker 43 of the Knobstone Trail. So up here on the Delaney Creek Loop of the Knobstone Trail, the trail is marked with these blue and white blazes. The white blaze is found on the Knobstone for the full length of the 50 some odd miles that it is. And the blue on the bottom lets you know that you're on the Spurgeon Hollow Loop. And we're here at a junction here. We're going to go left up the hill and continue on the Spurgeon Hollow Loop. You could continue on that way to other various trailheads along the Knobstone, but today headed up the hill, so the trail was mostly easy, but this is a pretty good hill climb for a fat boy. Well, made it up the first big hill. We gained about 350 feet of elevation from the valley floor where we were to the ridge top. Felt about like 3,500 feet though. So now we're just going to enjoy a nice ridge walk for a little while. yellow jackets getting their snack on. And wherever you see the double blazes on a tree, you want to be looking for a direction change, an abrupt direction change coming up quickly. So we're still on the ridge top here. We just passed those double blazes. And the Knobstone Hiking Trail Association, along with the DNR that maintain these trails, did a really good job. Everything here is very well maintained. All the fallen trees have been cut out of the way, just makes it so much better of an experience. But they've even laid these logs here to keep you from continuing on the ridge top, to let you know, hey, it's time to go downhill. So this is the descent into the valley where I'm going to be staying tonight. We get to the bottom, hopefully I'll have a water source there, and set up a tent and kick back and enjoy some peace and quiet. Got a little series of switchbacks getting down this steep hill. And the tree has provided some steps for us. And here we are. This will be my little home away from home tonight. Got a nice fire ring there ready for me. The creek, which appears to be dry. Yep, there's some water. We're good. So now it is lunchtime. Bon appetit. Got some tunes. And the Z-Packs triplex all set up and ready to go. A Nemo Tensor sleeping pad, Z-Packs 20-degree sleeping bag and pillow, all ready to go. Now that right there, my friend, is a stack of firewood. We'll have us a nice fire tonight. Well, that pretty much does it for all the camp chores. The firewood put away and the tent's up. Now I just get to enjoy sitting here doing nothing, just me and the trees. One thing I brought along with me today on this little trip was my journal. Yeah, I keep one of these, and I like to document when I go do something fun, any kind of fun adventure, whether it's a canoe trip or a backpack trip or just a trip wherever. I like to write it down. That way, maybe one day when I'm old, decrepit, and can't do these things anymore, I can look back at all the good times that I've had, and maybe even the grandkids might like to see what the old Papa did with his younger years. So that's an idea for you. If you choose to go out alone, you can be alone with your thoughts and put them down on paper. Gonna go down here to the creek in the little water hole, and I'm going to show you how I filter my water. So I'll take my bag and collect the clean water. Well, not clean yet. Relatively clean. So now I have the bag full of water, and I have to attach my filter to it. We'll take this lid off here, attach my Sawyer Squeeze water filter. And then I'll take my smart water bottle, attach that to the coupling on the filter. You simply turn it upside down, give it a little squeeze, and we're filtering water. We've got clean drinking water at this point. Sometimes if I don't want to stand here, I'll actually hang it up from a tree branch. Got a little string on here, so I'll hang it up, just let it do its thing. It'll probably take about 3 or 4 minutes, and gravity will just take care of it, and I'll have 1 liter of water ready to drink. Another thing you can do when you come alone, or if you come with some people, bring a little bit of liquor, some Coke. Today I've chosen to bring some Captain Morgan along with me. So it's getting almost dinner time, and tonight I'm gonna have, it's a freeze-dried meal. It's from a brand called Trailtopia. Chili mac with beef. It smells amazing. I've never tried this brand before. I typically buy a brand called Mountain House or Alpine Fair or Alpenfair or Alpenair. I'm not sure what it was called, but this is a newer brand that I've seen. Found it over at Quest Outdoors in Louisville. Give it a try tonight. All right, so we have a boil. 2 cups of water boiled and ready to add to the chili mac. And the cool thing about this, the freeze-dried meals, is all you've got to do is add it directly to the package there. We'll give it a good stir, seal it up, and let it set about 10 to 15 minutes, and everything rehydrates and hopefully turns out really good. So what that does is allow you to not really have any mess to clean up. All the mess is right there in the bag. And I think what would go good with that chili mac would be some of this smoked cheddar cheese that I brought. I think I'll be cutting up some of that and throw in the chili. So now I've got all that good old smoked cheddar cheese cut up and put in there. I'm going to stir it down around there real good. Close it back up. It's still steaming hot in there. Still needs to rehydrate. Those beans seem to be a little tough still, so we'll seal it back up, let that smoked cheddar cheese melt in there. Seal it back up and wait just a little bit longer. So while I'm waiting on my meal to hydrate properly, I'll tell you a little bit on some of my company I got. I got a little Sangean weather radio. It has AM, FM, and all the weather bands. It's really, really small, doesn't really weigh much of anything. Get to listen to some Fleetwood Mac. Alright, so it's been sitting a pretty good while, about 20, probably 15, 20 minutes. Cheese is melted, everything looks good. Let's give it a try.
Tonight, clear and chilly with a low 43. Plenty of sunshine. sunshine for tomorrow with a high 68.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Tomorrow night, mostly clear.
I am not sponsored by Trailtopia at all,
Sunday,
but
an abundant amount of
if
sunshine,
you're interested,
high of 72.
highly recommended Trailtopia chili mac with beef.
I'm Gregory Patrick.
Bring you a little bit of that smoked cheddar cheese to add to it. Jamie, will you cook me some chili this good? I'm kidding. Yours is better. Yours is much better. So now with our lovely campfire going, I thought I'd share a little tip with you that when you're camping in the backcountry away from everything, there's no fire departments, there's nobody that could respond if things get out of control. So one thing I always like to do, there's already a nice fire ring provided with the rocks around it, but we take the time to move all the leaves and anything around the edges where it could spread. We keep everything nice and clear, that way any sparks can't get loose and start to spread anything. Well, that's about all I have for you. It's going to be getting a little bit too dark to do any filming, so I'm going to hang out here and finish my little bottle of Captain Morgan and call tonight, and I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. Sun's starting to come up. It's pretty chilly this morning. It's about 49 degrees. Nice and toasty here in the sleeping bag. Debating on getting up and having some coffee. I think this morning I'm going to have biscuits and gravy for breakfast. So while the coffee water is heating up, I'm going to show you a couple options you have out here. I really like the Starbucks. This is an instant caramel latte. There's a Cafe Bustelo chocolate flavored coffee, and Trader Joe makes a good instant coffee that actually has the creamer added to it, so you don't if you like your creamer and sugar, it's all in one packet. It's really good stuff. Or if you're a real basic white bitch, they make this Starbucks in pumpkin spice latte.
Coming up in 10 minutes time, interest rates will be low for the foreseeable future. Well, how does that affect retirees? What does that mean? Wayne Porter.
All right, so I've got the biscuits and gravy ready. This is that Mountain House brand I was telling you about. These are really good, surprisingly. So, it's time to eat breakfast. Ooh, look at the steam coming out of there. Boy, that's gonna be good. Nothing better than hot biscuits and gravy in the middle of the woods. Why are you watching me eat? It's kind of weird. Well, I've got the tent loaded up and pack all put away and ready to hit the trail. Yesterday we did a little 4.5 miles to get here to this spot. The whole loop is 7 miles all the way around, so we've got about 2.5 miles to go today, and we'll be back at the truck and headed back home. But sure has been a good time. Whew. Starting off first thing with a nice hill climb. I think the biscuits and gravy are starting to come back up. Almost made it to the top. This hill has about almost 300 feet of elevation gain in just a real short span. Gonna be coming up on a little section of the trail, a little short section, but quite neat. We call it the Green Tunnel. Just this nice straight walk through here. It just really reminds you of being in a tunnel. Well, I've descended the ridge back down into the valley. Nothing but a nice flat, level walk back to the truck. You might ask me, what are my thoughts on backpacking solo now that I've done it? Quite pleasant. Very, very peaceful. It was a very quiet night. One little tip that helps me get sleep is I wear earplugs, because the odds of something tearing down my tent and coming to get me are much, much less than the odds of me getting a crappy night's sleep because of tree branches falling, critters scurrying around in the night. But yeah, I slept really good, stayed nice and warm. It's been a good trip. Thanks for coming along. Well, that's that. We're back to the truck. Thanks for joining me. And as always, if you found any value in this, if you like the things that I do and the places I go, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you next time on Hammond Hikes.